Hey everybody, it's the weekend here on That Park Place, and while we don't have a daily news countdown for you, the That Park Place daily news countdown, we do have a video for you. We haven't taken on the live stream, but we wanted to talk about something from the live stream because a little additional information came out about the Country Bear Jamboree. I'm Jonas J. Campbell, and this is my compatriot here, Mr. Vash Sky. Vash, how are you doing?
Thank you, sir. You are far too kind. Doing very, very well. And looking at the feedback for some of our videos, absolutely awesome. And it's finally the weekend, so that's really cool.
Yeah, it's finally the weekend, but we're still working. That WDW Pro is just cracking the whip over here. A former Walt Disney Imagineer provides more insight into the changes coming to the Country Bear Jamboree from WDWMagic.com. I appreciate the article, of course, but as always, there is one interesting paragraph or two that I want to focus on here. It says that Ethan, and this is Ethan Reed, a former Imagineer, he says that he originally pitched the idea, presumably to Walt Disney Imagineering in 2004, and he was the conceptual creative director on the project from 2018 to 2020 until it was put on hold due to the pandemic. 2004. Hey Vash, who was the CEO of the Walt Disney Company when this was pitched?
Well, I believe it was Michael Eisner was the CEO at the time.
They've been sitting on this one for a while.
Long time.
Oh my goodness. And then of course, 2018 to 2020, who was the CEO of the Walt Disney Company?
Well, that would have been Bob Iger, actually.
Yes, it would. And then he would leave the company and then come back later. The once and future CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Mr. Bob Iger, Two Shower Bob, as we like to call him sometimes here on the channel. This is fascinating to me that they have held on to this project for so long. It makes me wonder if it was designed by a Walt Disney Imagineering that we like to imagine maybe cared for the company in ways that are excelling the current crop of Imagineers and what they might be imagining here. Now, unfortunately, we have heard from some sources, and we'll get into this here as we refer to our expert panel, that maybe the current crop of Imagineers begrudgingly allowed us to get this new Country Bear Jamboree, and hopefully we won't have to wait too long for it. Hey, Vash, how long was Tron under construction before it came out?
Oh, we're talking, what, 6 years, I believe?
Shoo. All right. Hopefully we'll see this thing before, what is it, 2023 plus 6, 2029. So Bob Iger might be way in the rear view by the time this thing comes out. Hopefully not. All right. Well, let's get to the panel.
When I had the luxury of actually going to Magic Kingdom this last time, I said, you know what? I'm not going to just hit up Country Bear Jamboree once. I'm going to do it twice because I know something is in the works. And, well, sure enough, right there, they're going to change it over to the Country Bear musical Jamboree. And they've already made some changes. Like, for example, Liver Lips McGraw has already been renamed to, what was it? Alan McGraw or something?
Oh, Romeo McGraw, yeah.
Romeo McGraw, sorry. Just some generic off-brand or whatever. And from what I understand, they're going to be playing Disney songs now, which is, again, it's a very much a watering down of this attraction, in my opinion.
Yeah, here's the thing that I, based on some reporting, from actually Braylon from Mickey Views. I watched his video on this subject, and I think he's a great resource.
Absolutely.
He was talking about how the same crowd that received the idea of Tiana's Bayou Adventure so positively and looked at the original attraction, Splash Mountain, with so much disdain, that same crowd was looking over there at... they were looking at Country Bear Jamboree with the same level of disdain. They just did not like this attraction, and they've been looking to get rid of it for years. And so that somehow this is actually a win for all of us, that Country Bear Jamboree, instead of all of these hydraulics that need so much maintenance, instead of them just getting gutted and demolished and replaced with something else, anything else in the space, that them getting replaced with these electric figures and doing Disney songs is is like a saving throw to keep them there in the parks.
Yeah, and I think the reason why he was saying that was because, in his estimation, based on his sources and so forth, there was no future in which the Country Bear Jamboree stayed the same. It was either going to be replaced entirely or updated for a modern era, not just in technology, but also for the current culture. At least that's what's occurring inside Disney. So I think that was obviously a driving factor here. And look, I guess I'm glad to be keeping the Country Bears.
Right. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just thinking to myself, wow,
it's ridiculous.
Maybe somebody else can come in, and I mean, the odds that once they've gone past that point,
Sure.
That they're going to bring back the song "Mama Don't Whoop Little Buford." I don't think it's coming back.
No, absolutely not, man. And the crowd was so ruckus when we heard that line. I mean, just laughter. It still plays today, which is absolutely incredible. But folks, if you don't like this, I can just tell you right now, the Carousel of Progress and some of these other famous attractions, they're on this list as well. Unfortunately, the first take, well, I guess the second take then, if you include Tiana's Bayou Adventure, taking over Splash Mountain, well, it's going to be the Country Bear Jamboree, which is a shame.
Yeah. Now, speaking of hydraulics that we are grateful to have, we are joined by one of our greatest contributors here on the That Park Place channel, and that is Culture Casino.
Oh, wow. That's high praise. My goodness.
Hey.
Thank you. And you guys, I came in at the right time because this is one of my favorite attractions of all time. Fantastic. And as Vash says, and you guys were talking about, I'm concerned because my expectations are that there will be very little left that is endearing to all generations when you start to eliminate these attractions. I think they've already started to engender a certain level of angst or anger because of Tiana's redevelopment of Splash Mountain. I think as this rolls through the parks, as we start to see inferior things happen in the name of not just diversity, but the modern era, it does kind of, show quite bare exactly what they are headed towards. And I use that pun intentionally. Look, Country Bear Jamboree is something that not only reaches back into history, the voices, the performances here, the skits, whatever you want to call them, they're irreplaceable. We don't have this level of vocal performer or these quality of actors that can carry these things off. They don't exist anymore. Not because they couldn't, it's because they just weren't trained. They weren't developed. There wasn't a vaudeville. There wasn't the early days, the golden age of Hollywood, where you had to be more than a pretty face. Not only did you have to have faces, right? You had to also have a voice. You had to have all of those things. You had to have this level of gravitas that, is artificially foisted upon the performers of today. And I think that we have a dearth of talent in the pool right now, and this is only going to, I don't know, bring it into stark relief. I think we'll recognize that.
I hate to interrupt you, Culture, because that is a really good point. We don't have super chats, but I did just get $20 on Venmo, so I want to bring in one of our highest paying members on the channel right now, Mr. WDW Pro.
Wow.
There's a great big mediocre tomorrow. We're all going to die of climate change.
No.
There's a great big mediocre tomorrow.
Where's that remove button?
That was amazing. I was enjoying that. Why did you take him away?
And communism's just a day away.
I try to make a channel positive. I try to stay away from politics, because you know that I can go off on the politics all day long. I have a channel that we talk about wokeness all day long.
All right, guys, I had to go to Lowe's and Home Depot. They're all out of wrenches. I want to throw more into this crowd and wrench everybody.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball. So Well, so culture is Country Bear Jamboree this update one of your worst announcements here for D23?
I would have preferred they stick with the not announcing anything, as they were on a roll there for a while.
Oh no, we have that. We have that up here near the top. It's this Encanto and Indiana Jones thing. That's pretty much nothing. That's probably not going to happen.
Perfect.
You didn't like them copied and pasting it from last year's Big Thunder presentation?
Well, Big Thunder is also on here. Yeah,
it's a vast blank space now.
Look, there's only one thing I believe that's going to happen on this list because of the money they have available, and that's dropping Soaring Over California.
Yes, which that seems like it's a tactical move because the geography of the park is going to be different, and so I guess they don't want to make it obvious.
At this point, just put Captain EO in the Soarin' hangars and just lift the bays up and shake it a little bit when Michael Jackson's out there doing the moonwalk and call it a day.
Oh man, you guys are you going to actually make me start singing from Captain EO? Because I don't think the chat can handle that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't think we can be demonetized for that. That's so old they don't even care.
Send it out, a miracle, and this is our message to you. Planets are lighting up, there'll be brighter days, and all the while we give to you another part of me.
That was wonderful.
Man, so many applauses tonight.
I wish I was more
fantastic.
talented than that.
I did not expect that to go so well, Culture. You got a pretty nice voice there.
No, I
It's
don't.
pretty nice.
Everybody in the audience right now is saying, I am so glad I subscribed to this channel. This is the kind of thing that I didn't know I needed, but I did.
I think Lance Corporal Wall.
I'm glad I subscribed to this channel, to be fair, but okay.
There was somebody in the chat that was saying that Pro found Culture Casino actually performing in the Country Bear Jamboree. I didn't believe it, but until now, well, I think they might be accurate. I think they might be onto something.
Blood on the saddle. Oh man,
That's right. How did you know? That's my song.
Now, I have some hope for the Country Bear Jamboree because, okay, if they do bluegrass and they bring in real musicians, okay, there's some hope. They brought in Redbone to do Bare Necessities for the Jungle Book movie. They're not bringing in Redbone, I don't think, again to do this, but there's a really good bluegrass interpretation of Circle of Life. I'd love to see something like that because bluegrass is a dying art form in many ways, as far as pop culture goes.
Sure.
And if they can use Country Bear Jamboree right now to do bluegrass versions, maybe this will light someone's spark to go after bluegrass. Now that being said, I don't have much faith that the company is the Iger Corporation is really going to go too hard there. But maybe there'll be somebody there in Imagineering that sees this great thing and says, "Yeah, let's let the musicians do their thing." That's my hope with Country Bear Jamboree.
I sense that we get something like Clay Aiken and perhaps the female bears come flying in on a wrecking ball. I don't know if they can afford Miley Cyrus, but maybe they can get a.
Well, they kind of have Miley Cyrus, but she just happens to swing on a trapeze.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
I really enjoyed doing the live stream. That's not part of the initial plan for this channel, but when Pro suggested we do a midnight live stream, I really enjoyed it. Vash, what did you think?
I absolutely enjoyed it. I loved the just coming together and spare the moment kind of thing. I thought it was phenomenal, and our viewers out there really, really supported it too. I was very surprised. Midnight live stream, who knows who will show up? Everybody did, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I got a lot of comments of why did you guys go live at midnight? That was a little weird. I don't think if we do live streams at some point, we probably won't do them at midnight as much as our West Coast viewers might appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you very much to all of you who have tuned in today. I hope that while you're watching this on Saturday, that's going to be bad if we don't get this thing out by Saturday, huh? I hope if you're watching this on Saturday that you go out and do something amazing in the world and enjoy the beauty of life all around you. And whenever you get back to your computer or your device and you're looking for videos, please come back here to That Park Place to hear all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com for all the news that should be fun. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.